Check 1 2 1 2. Can everybody hear us right here, man? I feel like it's whoa! Welcome to motherfucking You Voted Wrong. Today on the panel we got crazy man. Hey, hold on. What the? Stop that right there. Sorry about that. Go ahead, Jesse. Put those headphones on, man. Oh, yeah. Put those earbuds on, dog. They will not give you any.
These ones are better than that. Remember I used to have the other big old
Yeah, I used to have the big old fucking big old yeah, those fuckers are like the astronaut fucking
yeah.
Anyway,
Mickey Mouse.
Yes, sir. Let's go right here. Let's pop into this real quick. Let me do it like this, dog. Let me do this shit like this, dog. Let me do like this. Let's get this straight right here, baby. There we go. There we go. Chop City. What did Chop City make right here? Oh, yeah. Welcome to Hood Stocks, baby. Yes, sir. Like, subscribe, all that good stuff. Friday evening, baby. Hoo-wee! Got a blockbuster for you. We're gonna open up the motherfucking phone line and motherfuckers are just gonna go crazy, dog. Shit, homie. I just wanna know how many motherfuckers are gonna lose their motherfucking head off this motherfucking podcast right here. Yes, sir, I see you. I see you. Lever Trumpsters, sound off. Let's go, baby.
No, better than Latinx. Listen up. That's what it's better. It goes like that. Some Latinx boys.
No, it's the Latinx loonies.
Yeah, the Latinx
Latinx
boys.
Latino loonies.
I want to start a fucking boy band called Latinx Lovers, bro. Yeah, we're just gonna sing about, you know.
You call John Leguizamo the Latinx Leguizamo.
I love that dude, but he is such a fucking crybaby, bro.
He is. Hey, bro, why last night on his live, he was like, oh, we're still counting votes. I said, bro, we're done counting. We're done counting.
So I get crazy in the comments, say, real brave, dude. In the comments, say, Wolf tickets.
Yes, sir, man.
Shows he's a lame.
We're live right here motherfuckers gonna talk shit. The game of this right here, you know when you're lost is when you catch the feelings, baby. When you start just popping off. When you just start trying to shake the bush. Hood Stars, baby, the best podcast in the motherfucking world, Craig. I know this shit right here, man. Shit is just too easy, dog. We do this with such ease, man, that everybody is just trying to get the blueprint and trying to figure out what the fuck are we really doing, but we're just being ourselves, dog. Son of a bitch, dog. Can you imagine that? Be yourself. Can you imagine you can have a hit, or you can have a decent podcast if you can just be yourself. Damn. And then they look in the mirror and they're like, well, fuck, who am I? Well, I got these Ben Davies pants on. I got these motherfucking Cortez. I'm a gangster. I gotta act like a gangster. I gotta be myself. Oh, wait, but that's not myself. Hold on a second, Doug. I'm sorry. I had, so today's podcast is brought to you by Stizzy, baby. And on the way over here, I had myself a gummy, you know? And the gummy was really, really good. And I got a little gummy story I'm gonna share with you guys right now. Ma'am, let's put it right here real quick. Hey, I see you, Luck. You looking good in that Dodger shirt. Thank you. We are brought to you by Stizzy. If you'd like to support Stizzy, go to stizzys.com. If you got a Twitter, you know what I mean? I know a lot of you Republicans got Twitters, dog. I mean, you know.
It's called X.
X, thank you.
It's called X now.
Damn, bro, shit.
The Republicans are on it.
Yes, they are on it, bro. I don't have a Twitter.
It's free speech, brother. They'll hit you.
Well, that's why you know I'm not that big of a fucking Republican, because I don't have a fucking Twitter, bro. But I seen that bandwagon passing by, and I seen all you guys in there having a good time, so I just jumped in, bro, and now here I am for the ride, bro. You know what I mean? Sometimes you just gotta jump in the bandwagon.
Right.
Lucky's a big bandwagoner. But yeah, we're sponsored by Stizzy. Follow them on Twitter @Stizzy, or you can go on Instagram @Stizzy Smoke Shop. So right before I left, my pops pulled up. My pops is 80 years old, and he's basically been a straight edge dude all his fucking life. You know what I mean? He smokes a tobacco pipe, and once in a while he'll have a fucking drink, dog. He's a fucking, you know, he's a square, bro. You know what I mean? He's a Jew, bro. He's not really tripping like that. You know what I mean? He's never smoked crack cocaine in his life. He doesn't know what the fucking pookie is, you know? I have really broke the mold of fucking, you know what I mean, just righteous Jews in the family, you know what I mean? You know, I'm fucking carrying the torch very low right now.
That's right.
But anyway, so I told my pops, he said he seen me getting a bag for together for stomps, right? Stizzy bag. And he goes, oh, that's nice of you, man. He goes, you give your guests gifts, huh? And I said, yeah, I give them gifts, but I said the Lexit guys, they're not going to get this gift because, you know, they're sober. You know, they're Christian, and they're really about, you know, practicing their beliefs and the way they feel it's supposed to be. Anyways, and I said, hey, but I got some gummies. I said, you want to smoke some? He goes, no. I said, well, I got some gummy that's got weed in it. You want to try one? And he goes, yeah, I'll try one, you know? So Stizzy gummies are very good, bro. And then they're good in the sense of that they're not dangerous. Because some companies make gummies, bro, and you don't know what's going to hit you, man. Those edibles will knock you off the planet, and you have a lot of regret if it catches you slipping that hard, which it has me before. Anyways, gave him half of one. I gave him half of one, and he ate it, and I jumped in the shower to come here, and I popped out, and I heard him saying, hey, all right, I'm out of here. And I looked up, and he had his dog with him, and I said, hey, are you good? And he said, I'm good. Ain't nothing wrong with me. He goes, that didn't even affect me. And he had this crazy look on his face, and his eyes were glossy as fuck, bro.
He's eating all the chips and everything up.
Yeah. I told my girl, I was like, man, he gonna find out what the fuck munchies are. That fool gonna eat up. 80 years old, that motherfucker's just gonna be tearing some shit up, bro.
That's crazy.
Straight up.
Chicanos para Trump. I'm just reading the chat, and it's just hilarious. This is a hilarious chat.
Well, you know what? You guys can get in onto that in a minute right now. That who banging look like.
Hey, how are you? Christian Villagrán coming from the Inland Empire.
Okay,
and,
so I just want to let everybody know this kid next to me is not white.
I'm not white. I'm Chicano.
He's
My family's from El Monte.
I'm
Chicano. I just a little light skin, just a little bit. I need to go to the sun, but
bro, you don't look nowhere in the close to white, bro. You know what I mean?
Okay, good.
So
I just vested on him.
We're messing with you.
Oh, okay. I thought they were really saying that. But anyways, hey, hold on a second. Let's get back right here. Okay. So everybody, I want you guys to give a warm welcome back. That's been on this podcast several times. You know what I mean? I want everybody to give it up for Lexit. Got my dog Jesse right here.
What's up, everybody?
Appreciate
love,
you, Jesse.
Much love.
Yeah, and we got the man over there. You know who that dude is.
The bearded dragon,
The
right
beard of
here.
wisdom, beard of knowledge.
Here to get all you Latinx, Lake Wazamo lovers in the comments. So, you guys need to call in. I'm serious. If you disagree with me, please call in because I'm about to check you guys and let you guys know that you're the minority and we're the majority now. So, yeah.
This is CV Grande. Find me online, and just the younger generational Mexican here, millennial, that's going to keep on pushing this movement right because, we have the right people and we have the right platform.
There we go. We got the right platform, that's for sure. You know what I mean? I wanted to start it off like this. Guys. I wrote something on the way over here, off the gummies, Nothing's worse than being on gummies, trying to drive, trying to text, trying to write something that had popped up in your head on the notes, bro. I'll be multitasking like a motherfucker, bro. My girl on the way over here says, she goes, you need a Tesla. And I might need a Tesla. So I wanted to start off like this, guys. You know what I mean? Okay. When they voted in Obama, right? They voted in Obama because they wanted change. Okay? Follow me on this right here. After Obama, when they voted in Trump, he came in next after Obama, right? Correct?
Yes.
Everybody wanted change. Follow me on this. Okay? When they voted in Biden and Kamala, it's because they wanted change again. Now here we are, bro. Back to Trump.
Right.
Why? Because the people have spoken and they want change again, bro. Yeah. What the fuck is going on?
Yeah, because they seen it was way better when Trump was in there. See, everything was great. The booming economy, all-time stock market, all-time low unemployment, like everything was going all good. But the fake media was bombarding it, making like stormy, Russia hoax and Ukraine hoax. Like they were just all over, like making it seem all bad. And then now when it was actually all bad, inflation and all that with Biden and all that, the media wasn't saying nothing. Eh? That's how the media is. That's why Trump always says that that's the enemy of America is the fake media, bro. The fake media is that they're the ones that do that, bro.
And like we have like these laws to try to put in place, like gun rights and all that. We need like common sense media laws because the way they push out propaganda really sways this nation in a really negative way.
But we have to have freedom of the press and all, but they're just
Well, another thing that Lucky was talking about, how he went from Obama to Trump to Biden and back to Trump again. The only difference I see is Obama had a 2-term, right? Because they liked him.
He did have a 2-term.
He did have a 2-term.
Okay, you're right.
So Trump had 1 because the news media said whatever. You notice Biden didn't. They went back to what they said they didn't want. So they did want change, but they actually wanted some of the same they had before. And I think that's the big picture in that one, is the fact that a man that 90% of the media said was horrible, but yet the popular vote said we want him back. They wanted change. Lucky's 100% right, but they wanted the same of what was already done in the past because they realized, excuse my shit's getting real out here. People can't afford nothing no more. You know what I mean? Stuff they're pushing into schools, all that. There's a bunch of reasons. We'll get into it why they wanted change. But they wanted to go back to Trump, and that says a lot. And I know a lot of people don't like it, but at the same time, we're democracy. America spoke, and we got what they wanted.
Well, hold on real quick. I see this comment right here, and I want to ask Jesse what you think of this right here. Sure. This dude says, "Real double S ain't voting for Trump." What mindset is that right there?
That's what I'm saying. Real, he doesn't know what he's talking about because what the homies are against pedophiles, all that stuff, eh? Well, you think the homies, are we for men and women's restroom? Are we for mutilating kids? Are you for kids being at drag shows with these dudes and all that, eh? We're against that. Latinos are against all of that. So you don't know what you're talking about, eh? That's something like That's a joke. Okay, see, fools that say like that, he don't know nothing about policy. He don't know nothing about nothing. He got manipulated by the fake media or these Marxists, where he has no idea what he's talking about. You like playing this inflation? You like these open borders? You like the crime? All this, you could go on and on. They're trying to take guns, everything. They're trying to defund the police. You name it, and they're terrible on. But see, they got you focused on nonsense. Instead of focusing on all that nonsense, you should be focusing on they're trying to groom children, They're trying to mutilate children, They're trying to ram all that stuff on. That should be your focus. You should be focused on paying, providing for your family. You like going paying $7 for some eggs and all that stuff, Like, that's what you should be focusing on, is your family, the economy, how to provide for your family. But look at, that's how you know you've been played, You've been played like pinball, because instead of focusing on all that stuff, look what they have you focus on,
Well, another thing too, to add on to what Jesse's saying, is the same people that are in these comments are the same lames to me that see what's going on at the border. You talking about you love your little Latinos. You know how many Latinas, little girls, were trafficked and raped at the border? You don't want to talk about that. Yeah, you don't care that you see these little girls. You think Mexico cares about those girls at the border? They turn away from that because they got deals with the cartels. They don't look at our little beautiful little girls. We actually sit here saying, hey, check it out. We care about those girls. Don't come over. We'll have a process. Let's get this process done faster. But nah, they got to look at skin color, because I'm going to tell you what, if they keep you looking at skin color, they won't open your eyes to see that even your own raza here does, to each other. They kill each other, and then you turn a blind eye to that, and then you look at these other people and you say, it has to be them. But that's the way it works, bro. Someone like Trump that extends the olive branch and says, hey, check it out. Trip out on this. In 2018, Trump came to Congress and said, look, I'm going to give 800,000 DACA recipients a pathway to citizenship. You give me the rest of this wall. We're going to build it anyways.
Pitch it. Not even so. He just said some of it. He asked for like $5 billion or something. Not even that much.
He just asked for a little bit. And he said 800,000 DACA recipients. You know what they did? Chuck Schumer realized, damn, if we give him this wall, if we give him the DACA recipients, we can't still say that he's racist. So you know what we're going to do? We're going to say that wall is racist. We can't finish this wall. But nobody's remembering that he said 800,000 DACA recipients. He said, we'll give him a pathway to citizenship. People forget stuff like that he actually extended the olive branch. But here's what happens. He extended the olive branch, you didn't take it. And what are you getting with the Democrats? Tell me what you're getting with the Democrats. Jesse was just with Trump right now. Tell me when Kamala Harris sat down with the ex-Sureño. Let me know when.
Exactly.
Let me know when she did that. She didn't do that.
That's crazy, Jess.
That's just the Lord right there. The Lord did that.
This is the way I see it. This is the way I see it. So I want to say this. Okay. I always stay clear. Not stay clear, but I give pushback when we have the conversation. I don't stay clear of politics. I like to have the conversations, because both sides that I've had on this platform, they educate me in one way or another. You know what I mean? And I'll be able to get bits and pieces from both sides, from you guys and from other guys that I've had on here. And I like it. Like, I like to stay just in the middle, and so I've always said, hey, I'm in the middle. And you know what?
That's cool.
I voted for Trump. Why? Because we want change, bro. And just because of all the reasons the homie said a minute ago in regards to, food, everything else, right? I mean, the economy's fucked, homie. But I still consider myself somewhat in the middle, bro. You know what I mean? I still consider myself in the middle, because I see things on the other side too that, I'm like, for sure, I'm with. And on this side, but,
I'll tell you from day one, I'm not a Republican or Democrat. I'm a Biblican.
Right.
I vote the Bible. But we go, at Lexit, we call out the right too. If the Republicans are, not all of them are good. We don't ever even say Republican, go for Republican, because we call them out too if they're not cool, and we don't just back any Republican. That's why we take heat even from the right side, because we don't just go fall in line, and we'll even blast the right side too. That's me. Anybody has their different things, but to me personally, is the Word of God, because I'm a Christian and I obey the Word of God. So that's my guide, that me is the Word of God. But everybody has their own thing. It could be Second Amendment, whatever it is that makes you whatever. But that's just what moves me is my faith.
Yeah, and as it should, right? But there's a lot of people on the other side too that they say, this is faith driven too, is why I'm voting for Kamala.
That's false. That's an oxymoron. There's no way you could say that you love God and all that and be
God
for
made
that.
Adam and Eve. He didn't make Adam and Steve.
Yeah, God, they're against everything against. And I was a Democrat. Like, I didn't just swear. I was a lifelong Democrat. I was a Democrat. That's why you see all the pastors or everybody on that. Anybody that knows the Word of God, you cannot. But that's what made me leave the Democrats, from reading the Bible, growing in the Lord. There's no way you could be reading the Bible, obeying the Word of God, and vote the Democrat Party. It's like oxymoron. It's like no such thing as that.
So let's say this. Let's kind of like, let's rewind a little bit, and then let's fast forward into where we're at now. So how did you end up in that picture? And I want to say, when I saw that picture, I was impressed. Like, you could have been praying for Biden, right? To me, right? You could have been praying with any president, and I would have been still the same amount impressed. To have you, with your background, what you've been through, to actually be there praying with the president. That's huge to me. You know what I mean?
Huge.
That's huge to me. So regardless, for people that didn't vote for Trump, you know, they should still like show love to the homie and be like, well, damn, dog, that's tight, homie. Right. That's dope. That's inspirational.
Exactly.
You know, that's inspirational. That is the definition of, you know, taking accountability and changing your life and doing what you got to do for the best of yourself and your family, right? I love that shit, dog.
That just shows how cool Trump is. But even before that, he had me at the White House 6 times. Even one time I was out there, you remember with Jojo, Hefty, a couple of homies from Puente. Like, one time there was like 5 of us homies from Puente right there at the White House. A couple of times, remember, Aaron? Mm-hmm. We were us and the blacks. It was full, like hundreds of blacks and Latinos. There was a bunch. One of our homies, they didn't let in because he was still on parole. Hey, shout out to Che. They didn't let him in because he was fresh out the pen. But there was a bunch of us in there. And like, but see, people don't know. We're in the White House, hundreds of Latinos, and then people don't even know, like his inner White House was all Latinas. He had a bunch of Latinas, even one from East LA. The main one, Jenny Korn, she's from East LA, Chicana from East LA. She was running his whole White House, but it was full with Latinas running Trump's inner White House. That's why I was able to get there 6 times. But see, the fake media won't show you none of that. They won't show us we're right there. Hundreds of Latinos were right there with Trump, you know what I mean? Like, they won't show all that. So that's like they're trying to, it's fake. Okay? That's why all these people that are in these comments, they're just like, they don't know what they're talking about. Because the fake media told you he's race or whatever, and you fall for it. Like, Trump used to be a Democrat. He barely even turned Republican, and then his whole time he was always they were cool with him. But as soon as he became a Republican, then all of a sudden he's racist. When Snoop Dogg, he got an award from Jesse Jackson and being like the most X-rate, like giving jobs and that to minorities and this and that. They gave him an actual award, Jesse Jackson, all of them. But yet all of a sudden the fake media and them tells you that he's racist. He don't like Latinos. And see, even like Ray was saying earlier about the wall and all that. See, when Trump came out saying the wall, racism, he hates Latinos because of the wall and all that. Kamala, at the end of her thing, was saying that she wanted to build the wall too. Did you hear one person, the same person that you right there saying Trump hated, was any of you calling Kamala a racist or anything? Hey, see, that's how you know you got manipulated. Hey, they played you like pinball because they did the exact same thing. She said the same, and then she blocked the wall. Like everything, Trump was trying to do the wall, but see, there's 3 branches of government. The Democrats did everything in their power to stop Trump. They were doing everything. They even had activist judges, everything to stop Trump agenda. Everything Trump was, not only the wall, just every single thing Trump was trying to do, and he still did great. But he was having to go through all kinds of nonsense. And like A-Rod said, so Trump's a businessman. He's a businessman. He just likes to make deals. He even called them, like they asked for a certain amount, like 500 whatever thousand. Trump upped it like a whole bunch. He said, I'll even give you guys like 850,000 for just giving me like $5 billion for the wall. He called their bluff, and the Democrats didn't even want to talk to Trump. You know why? Because that would have been their worst nightmare for Trump to help the Latinos.
Exactly.
For Trump to make them, that would have been done. What would they have said? Oh, Trump helped the Latinos. Trump was fine, and I know because I was involved with discussions behind the scenes at the time when he lost his election. He was already there having discussions of doing a pathway for citizenship and all. Trump was trying to do a whole big old thing, but they lost the election. But I know, and all of us that are big behind the scenes, we know because we were in the discussions, he was going to open up, but that was the worst. But the Democrats didn't even want to talk, at least talk, And Trump said, they could have even got more. They could have said, you know what, you offered $850,000, up it to $1.5 million, and then we'll give you the money. Trump would have said, yeah, because he's a businessman. He likes to haggle. He just likes to get things done, That's what Trump, they could have even haggled, but they didn't even want to haggle. They didn't even want nothing, like I said, because it would have been their worst nightmare for Trump to help the Latinos. But like I said, none of you guys that are on the comments, I bet you said a word when Kamala wanted to build the wall, though.
Let me
Trump
say
was
this.
racist.
I want to say this.
Facts.
I want to say this right here. So on the news right now, there was, I believe he was an Iranian immigrant. I believe.
He just got arrested too?
No. And he was talking about on the news, they're interviewing him on the news, how a lot of people that are, I don't know what level of immigrant it would put them, and I know it sounds stupid for saying it like this, guys, and I apologize, but like they're saying that people right now are scared, that say they don't have their paperwork 100% correct right now, so they think that since Trump's coming in, he's really getting rid of everybody in here. I mean, like, do you know the politics side of that, of how that works? Or will we not know until he gets in the office and we see what he does? Yeah,
you're right. Then we and A-Rod, we've talked to even people, they should have been better specific more, because he just left it open like that, so people could be here 30 years and they don't know, what does that mean me? And a lot of people are like that. But off the top, he's going to go for the criminals, the ones in the security threat ones, and then criminals, that's off the top. But then but he ain't gonna, like, if you've been here long time and working and all that, don't even worry. He ain't gonna go for those time. He's gonna go for the criminal ones. So if you've been here and you're committing crimes and things like that, then you should be, or if you just barely came over within the last 2-4 years when Obama and them had open borders, then maybe that too or whatever. But if you've been here and with your family and all that, don't be scared, don't be worried. They're not gonna do all that nonsense.
Another thing too is he's already been president.
Yeah.
Did he do it then? He didn't do. I remember it when Obama was president. My little sister lives in San Diego. I remember her roommate's dad got snatched up selling flowers in San Diego when Obama was president. Because I remember when I called my sister to check on her, the little girl was crying, and that was during the Obama. Obama deported more than Trump did, right? So during Trump's last presidency, he didn't rip anybody from anybody homes. This is what they're hitting right now on the news because they have nothing else. They literally seen him take the majority of the country, and they sat here and they're like, what's the first thing we're gonna do? One thing I hate is when people do hypotheticals, and I know everybody in this room hates that too. When people come to you and say, well, what if somebody does this, what if? And it's like, bro, don't give me that. When it happens, it happens. And he already was president, and it didn't happen that way. And it's just that when they push this whole Project 25, and he says, I denounce that, like, that's not even me. Because we're going back to the brainwashing thing. They have to keep that the narrative, because there's people on here that just look at skin color and race. That's it. Even though raza, like I tell you, is killing raza and they're against, they have to look at it like that. Like I said, he's extending the olive branch. Another thing with Justin Artel, I'm gonna rewind to go back, and I'm gonna give you guys some little insight on it. You know how many Trump calls we were on? Not with Trump himself, but the Trump team. They actually, from 2020 till now, we actually were arguing with some people on the Trump campaign, say, no, Latinos need this. We need a roundtable. We need this. And they were writing it down. They actually sat there with Jesse and goes, okay, we want to hear you guys out. I want to know anybody that's in these comments, do you know anybody that sat down with Kamala Harris's team? Well, then shut the hell up. Because I'm going to tell you what, the homeboy right here, we actually were sitting down with they didn't just do it this last year. They've been doing it in 21, 22, 23, sitting down, goes, what do you got? That's why they knew what was going on with Latinos. They ain't stupid. They're smart. They sat down with us and actually heard what we were saying, and they said, okay. And just like Trump, what do you think Trump, the video Jess just posted today, Trump came out, not to name drop, but me and Jesse were on the phone call yesterday with Senator Shannon Grove. Jesse called me and goes, hey, you want to talk to Senator Shannon Grove? I said, let's talk to her. Put her on. He goes, we need to have a bill that stops this mutilation of our kids, and we need to protect our children when it comes to these tampons. She goes, you know what, Jess? I'm going to hook you up with some congressmen, and we're going to get this done. Not even a day later, Trump comes out and goes, the first thing I'm going to do is protect our kids, and we're going to take the rights away from these teachers, and the government will put it back in the parents' hand. And I looked at Jess and I said, bro, we didn't even have to have this conversation. He already came out because this is what we've been talking about. How many people you know a president will come out and say, you know what, I hear what the voters saying, I'm going to do it. Before I even get in office, I'm already letting you know what I'm going to do on day one.
Okay. So let's do it like this, guys. And there's a lot of, and check it out, man. Right now, I want to be somewhat of a moderator right now when we open these phone lines, okay? Right. Because I'm not standing on anything rigid. I've already done the rigidest thing that I can do and cast my vote, even though it didn't count in the state of California because Kamala Harris won the state, right? You know? Yeah. But anyways, I put it out there, and that was a pretty big thing that I usually don't do. You know, a big statement that I lost a lot of. I thought that we were our people, my people. You know what I mean? I thought we were each other. I didn't think that a vote would separate us because, you know, even if Kamala Harris won, bro, I would be like, all right, fuck it. This is what it is. Yeah. I'm not going to be on here bashing. Right. I'm going to be on here hoping for the best and being like, all right, well, fuck it. Trump didn't win. She won. Hopefully, man, I pray to God this works out and she does a great job because my life and my family's life depends on it.
Exactly.
You know? And so I just want to say that if Kamala won, dude, I'd be like, fuck it. I'd be happy. First female president. You know what I mean? I can't say black because I don't think she's black enough. I don't even know what she is. She really is black. I mean, she says she worked middle class. She used to work at McDonald's, but her husband is white. And anyways, I'm talking a little shit, guys.
I've never seen one Indian at McDonald's.
But I'm just saying, if Kamala won, guys, I would be like, all right, let's figure this out. Let's have some conversations about what she's going to do for us. Let's not, all right, she won, let's bash her now. No, you know what I mean? But so I say all that to say that when we open the phone lines, guys, you can attack me, cool. But I'm gonna kind of just try to moderate a little bit so we can both have sense, and it's just not one-sided when you guys are calling in on here, knowing that everyone right here voted for Trump. I don't want it to be like that, guys.
But like it's one thing that we said on that note, you notice, see how the difference, like you're saying, from that side and this side. If somebody's a Democrat, whatever, I could care less. Say you voted, that's cool. This is America. You could vote. But you see how they are, eh? Now they're even attacking you. Like, see how they act.
If I was following people, like, okay, so say, okay, I voted for Trump. Say Kamala won, and the people that are social media people that I fuck with and I watch voted for them. I wouldn't unfollow them. I'd be like, all right, well, here we go now. You know what I mean?
No, but it's worse than that. They're calling us racist now. They're bashing us. And they're going nuts right now, but they're going nuts against the Latinos right now. They're mad. That's why all you ones that are on there haters saying, coconuts, you guys are sellouts. Actually, you guys are the sellouts because 54% of Latino males 56. Voted for Trump. So we're the majority now. You guys are actually the ones that are sell out to the race, because most Latinos back Trump. Latinos put Trump in the White House. It was because of Trump.
They did.
Because of Latinos, we did that.
Well, let me just say why I voted for Trump. Because, you know, I'm from the double S, bro. And, you know, we don't get along with blacks, bro. You know what I mean? Because, you know, Latinos, we racist, bro, on these streets right here in L.A., dog. You know, and
that's going to be a clip right there.
No, that's what they said on the news.
Said we're racist.
That's what they said on the news.
Hey, but trip out on this.
They said that on the news.
We're racist. No, that's what I'm saying.
What did they say on the news?
That we're racist against blacks and all
that's
that.
why the Latino vote vote. They said we're racist.
Exactly.
Hey,
See
check
what
it out.
they do?
The news outlet. He sent me the clip and I watched it. The news outlet said that we are racist against blacks because they know how we get down in the LA County Jail, right? No, but you know, yeah. So they said this is the reason why Trump won the Latino vote because they run with the woods.
Got him. They know, how do they know? That's why I argued with some dude earlier. Some other fool earlier. There was somebody comment on there like, "What? Don't you know that the Southsiders they kick it with the woods, in the pen? You must have never been busted or something. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
they kick it with the woods, the Southsiders."
And Christian Ramirez, exactly. Trump bailed out Kodak Black. I mean, how many gangster rappers are rappers in general? Period. You know what I mean? Biden,
Kamala locked him up.
50 cents, all of them like
Kamala was locking everybody up for a nickel sack of weed back in the day in San Francisco.
Right. Lucky
Spraying them.
Check this out real quick. You know what's going on in TikTok right now? So everybody's doing this. It's viral. It's trending. They're posting ICE. Have you seen that? They're posting the information to ICE, and they're saying, let everybody see this. If you voted for Trump, we know that your family is illegal. We want you to deport their family. But trip out on this. Even though we felt like we were being attacked when the stuff was going on, tampons in the kids' restrooms.
That's crazy, bro.
Okay, when we were being I never called ICE on nobody, bro. I never called ICE, but all of a sudden now, because we did what was right, we educated our people over 6 years, and we left it up to them to vote. Now all of a sudden you didn't get what you want. You want to call ICE on our family? So tell me who's the real sellout, homeboy? It ain't us. It's you guys, because we never got that low, and you guys are.
It's like the Yankees, like, you know what I mean? They lost the World Series, and they're right there, all fighting like sore losers, eh? You guys lost. Then, like, you know what I mean? Just take the loss, like how we did or whatever, right? Like, it's just pathetic. And like you said, how he said, now they're saying Latinos are racist. You see how they are? Before it was all white, Trump. And now they're calling Latinos racist. Don't you see? That's what they use. That they want race. That's why they're mad, is because they want us to only focus on race. They want us to focus on race, the past, all that kind of identity politics. They don't want you focusing on the issues like the economy, inflation, all that kind of stuff, protecting your kids, parental rights. They don't want you focusing on none of that. Just race. Trump doesn't like Latinos. That's all. That's why anybody on these comments that are whatever hating, that's how they are. Right? They don't know nothing about policy.
Hey, free K9, 100% free K9.
They don't know nothing about nothing. They just, the fake media said, Trump is racist and all that, so you guys fell for it.
These people who are commenting and hating, these are just like low information voters, and they don't really get out of their own echo chamber, and they can't hear conservatism because they have like a mental block. They think, they're white, they're racist, but the truth is the liberals are the wolves in the sheep's clothing. Those are the people who always bring up race. Those are the people who want to stay in charge and keep their money. But conservatism is different because you want a smaller government. You don't want government in your public schools like Obama, right? Obama is the one that started all this transgender stuff, right? He was the one that sent out a presidential order to all school districts in America saying, hey, if boys want to go in those girls' bathrooms, let them, right? He's the one that started all this. It's the liberals that want to divide the genders, divide the races, because when you keep people divided, you can rake in that bread. They're sending all this money overseas, but they're getting, 10% to the big guy, right? Joe Biden, right? 10% to the big guy, right? Ukraine, Trump wanted $5 billion for the wall, but they sent like $100 billion to Ukraine, right? They're gonna lose, like, just by the numbers, right?
But we're gonna be homeless. We know. We're right here in LA. Look at all the homeless. They're so bad.
They're giving nice crack pipes to the homeless.
But they don't want you to focus on any of that. That's what I'm saying. How stupid you look. You're right there paying all this rent, gas prices, inflation, all that. But they have you sell out. Trump racist. Trump don't like Latino. Wake up, do some homework.
I want to comment off of what you just said. And you said what you said is very true. And it's just one thing. You said they're giving out Department of Health, right? They're giving out. They spent billions
needles and all that
to make sure big cities had fresh, clean crack pipes, fresh, clean needles. They have spaces to do their drugs. That is retarded as fuck. Like, how are you going to promote a society to be hooked on drugs? We're all crumbling from the inside.
Wait, hold on. This dude right here, somebody said real Sureños ain't supporting Trump. So real Sureños support putting tampons in men's restrooms. Real Sureños support mutilating kids, Real Sureños support children at drag shows,
Those are just
or do they
low
support
information voters.
our
Well,
little
what do the
girls?
homies do to those kind of dudes, eh?
Low level
And-
men.
Well, not only that, we have at my son's jiu-jitsu, that little girl that came in, a boy played on the soccer team and killed them all, right? I mean, meaning like, she turned around, she scored like 1,000 points, and the little girls were crying. I mean, think about it. No, I feel like, I honestly feel like all these people that are on here, I guarantee you, tell me what you do for a living. Drop what you do. I guarantee you ain't got no job or you work at McDonald's. Because just like Lucky said, when Lucky was actually putting in and wanted to do better in his life, his ideas and his thoughts changed. I guarantee you half of you fools that are on here ain't productive. Because you know who we do have the approval of? Our wives. My kids, both of my daughters are going into the military. My son's all straight A student in jiu-jitsu. My wife loves everything I do, and she's happy that I work every morning. Are you happy? I guarantee your third baby mama's pissed at you. I guarantee you don't visit your daughter. I guarantee that.
I want to say this. I want to give a shout out to Validated Streetwear, and if you guys don't fucking with them, fuck with them on Instagram. Tapping with me. He's got a good clothing brand. But he said, I'm a sureño for Trump. You know what I mean? So you can't, that you saying that, bro, is just like a kid lashing out and just trying to say any hurtful thing to us. But you got to keep in mind, homie, like you probably just you little fish right here, baby. You know what I mean? I'm a big dog, homie. You know what I mean? You ain't gonna tell me what the fuck I am and what I'm not, homie. You know what I mean? You can go ask the streets. The streets will tell you. Go to the system, homie. The system will tell you who the fuck I am, bro. You know what I mean? And I'm just a good homie. Nothing more, bro. That's it. A solid homie, bro. So don't play with me with that shit, dog. That shit's weak as fuck, bro.
That's just uneducated. Like I say,
it's uneducated.
You don't know
and
nothing
stupid as
about
shit,
policy.
dog.
Probably even got no kids, and so you got kids.
Yeah,
you know
bro.
what I mean? All that. You're like, trying to provide for your family.
So, fuck, I lost my train of thought of what I wanted to say, because we are fully loaded right here, and this is great. I love the panel that we have right here, and it could have been a Democrat panel, bro, you know what I mean? When we have this type of, these guys are hitting at all cylinders right now, and I love it. So you guys should love this caliber of agreement, argument, Go ahead, brother.
We're a little different because Jesse says we're Biblicans, right? I want the Democrats to be the best they can. The truth is they're just on their worst behavior. I wish they were better, right?
What did Bernie Sanders say?
He even called them out, eh?
He called
Are you
them
guys
out.
bashing him?
Yeah, Bernie Sanders. Come on, bro. Bernie Sanders is a motherfucking... He's a fucking history fucking legend, bro.
And they played him out of the 2016, Democrat nomination versus Hillary because, the swamp creatures won.
But we didn't leave the Democrat Party. The Democrat Party left us, bro. They're so far to the left. They're not even this. Look at Kennedy. Kennedy left the Democrats. That's the biggest was ever. This ain't the same Kennedy Democrats.
No,
they're
it's
not. They're not the same Democrats from 5 years ago. These are far right communists, righteous leftists, Marxists. Evil. They're pushing evil, godless agenda. This ain't the same Democrats.
Let's say this. Let's say this on the flip side. Let's okay. Right now we're bashing hard right now. What is everything can't be bad about the Democrats. What's good on the Democrats?
I like how they try to provide food stamps. That's good for people who need food stamps, right? But then you get a society hooked on food stamps for 7 years, and now it's just doing too much.
That's how they messed up the black community.
Right?
Yeah, they wanted to be
so much
dependent
money on wars and all that. But it's like, well, if we allocated all that money to, healthcare, that's a good thing, right? But it's just, they want everything.
So are you talking about Democrat politicians or are you talking about
policy? Okay, like what's good? What do the Democrats do that is good?
Well, I'll be honest with you. The far left wing has taken over the Democratic Party, and they just talked about it in all news media. They said, I think we need to reevaluate where our party is going because we let a small section take over our party, bro. Okay, anybody in these comments right now, I want you to say this. If you live here in California, are you for paying male prisoners to transition? Because that's happening with taxpayer dollars. Are
They're
you
putting
okay?
Women in there.
Are you okay with paying for a male prisoner to transition out of your pocket? If you say okay, bro, just
even when that's not a citizen,
you won't. But that's what I'm saying.
Okay, but you didn't answer my question, bro.
Okay, go ahead.
What do you, big dog? What do you think that is good on the Democrat side, the policy that they have that you agree with?
There's a lot of policies. I don't think that it's they actually care. But like like illegal immigrants with a pathway to citizenship. We've always felt that in the beginning. I remember a lot of people on the Republican side didn't like that we actually were for DACA recipients, and then they saw the goodness in a lot of people. So when the Democrats come out and they say, "Hey, this is what we want," I don't believe that's what they actually want. I think it's a tool that they use because they do nothing for the Latino community. But that's a policy that I actually like, that they would have a pathway for people that have been here. There's a lot of good people that I used to live next to that I work with, dudes. I work on the roads. I work with a lot of guys every day that are good dudes that just want to stay here and they've been here for a lot of years. Let's find a pathway for them if they're good people. I'd rather switch them with a lot of these leftist loonies that are here, been here for a while. There's like he said, food stamps. When Trump came in, he said, we're allowed to have food stamps up to 3 years. And then guess what? After that, you got to go on your own. Yeah, you got to get off it. And that was another policy he had that I thought was
maybe good. They try healthcare. They try to do healthcare a little bit or whatever.
The Obamacare?
But they just maybe that's the only thing.
I don't know too much about that because I have. So okay, let's take it back to me right here now. Okay, because I seen your comment, bro, and I didn't forget about it. Okay, and so I was gonna say right now, and I'll still say it, that healthcare, I don't know about the Obamacare because I work for the union and I have union insurance. I have Kaiser insurance. Yeah. Bro, the greatest thing that's ever happened to my life.
My wife works for Kaiser.
And my kid's life, right? You know, I have a PPO dental plan. You feel what I'm saying? I go wherever the fuck I want to go, bro. Good. Pop, homie. You know what I mean? Great. But anyway, so they say, Lucky, the union, Trump is against the union. I don't know if he's against the union, but I do know this. I know the union is against Trump. And the reason why the union is against Trump is because we live in a Democratic state, I believe, here in California. And we're in line with them. We do business together. You know what I mean? Yeah. The big dogs for my union hall, they do business with Democrats, not Republicans, bro. And they probably do the business with the Democrats because they hold the power. I don't know. I might sound a little ignorant right now, dog. But maybe Republicans ran the state, then they don't have to do the business with the Republicans, bro, because they were the big dogs in the state. And this is just my innocent response to that, bro. But I want to say this real quick, bro. Homie, it's crazy. Yeah, my union is leans with the Democrat side, bro, but a lot of the brothers, I'll say more than 50% of the brothers are fucking Republicans,
exactly.
Dude. Republicans. 100%. All my bosses on the majority of my job sites, all Republicans. And at lunchtime, I gotta hear they motherfucking shit, homie, because they the boss, homie. And you just like, Or sometimes I'll just fucking throw some fucking in, because I was against all that shit. You know what I mean? I never wanted to, I didn't give a fuck about both sides. I said, man, all these fools are arguing about all this shit. But like Jesse and the homie said, we grow, I learn, I this, that.
Go ahead. Let me talk about that.
But that's humility. That shows wisdom, bro, that you were humble. That's how you're like me. Like I said, I was a Democrat too. But like you just... That's how you get knowledge, eh? You know what I mean? Listening to the truth, like all these people that are saying, all hating on the comments, they ain't doing their homework. They're not doing their research. They don't know nothing about policy. They don't know nothing about nothing. But they just, like I said, they're focusing on race, and that's what the left wants, exactly what they want you to do. You're like a sheep. They want you only focusing on race, only focusing on that nonsense, and don't focus on the inflation and all this other things that we've been talking about.
Speaking on the union, so I kept the flyer where my union said we endorse Kamala, right? And I'm looking, I got the flyer on one hand, right? I'm looking at it, and I'm like, okay, we endorse Kamala. And then I'm looking at the map, right? All the labor, all the middle of California, all the way down was all red, right? And only the coastal areas was blue, right?
Oh, I saw that, yeah.
Okay, let me tell you something. That goes to show you the working people, the field workers, the people that are out there doing hard labor, are all voting red. Why? Because this is the problem, and this is the reason why a lot of Latinos are coming over the Republican side, because they'll sit there and go, we vote for Kamala, and we're like, what? Did you know my union backed that same group that was at the Dodger Stadium? Remember when they were mocking those nuns that were mocking that? My union, the IC, whatever, they came out and said, we back them. See, when we see stuff like that, they gave them $1 million. When we see stuff like that, we say, that ain't me. So then we go to the voting booth and we say, we don't want that. I kept that flyer because I'm going to go to them and say, you know what? I'm out if you keep on voting for crap like this, because you no longer represent us. And that was the mark that we made all up and down California and throughout the country. That's why a lot of Latinos, especially Latino men, said no to it. You know why? Because at the core of us, I don't care what anybody thinks, we want good women, bro. Latinos want good women. And you know what the left produces? A bunch of whack women, bro. Go ahead.
Hate men
you're seeing
and all that.
LeBron James grab his daughter and say, oh, what about my daughter's reproduction? So you're okay with your daughter aborting your kid? That's what you're trying to teach your grandkids and represent? I want a good wife, a wife that represents me, and I love her and do the same. And the values that the left are pushing, they're telling my wife, you ain't got to listen to him. Actually, you know what you do? Sneak your vote behind his back. And guess what? You can abort his baby if you don't want to, because it's your decision. You ain't got to talk to that fool. You ain't got to do this and that. And they support separation in the homes, bro.
Well, I want to say this, bro. I support women being able to have their rights to do what the fuck they want to do with their shit, regardless if you raw dogged it one night, you were fucking and slipping and sliding off the periques and alcohol, homie. Hey, dog, you made a mistake, and if she decides to keep it, homie, well, fuck it, dog. Welcome to child support, motherfucker. That's called lessons in life, and you got to live and you got to motherfucking
Dave Chappelle
learn,
said. It's like Dave Chappelle said, if you have the right to keep it, then I should have the right to not pay. It's the same exact thing.
But look at,
Right?
I like that too, bro. No, I love that, bro, because I'm an asshole, bro, and that's some asshole shit, dog.
No,
I'm
but
an
you know what
asshole, and
I wanted to
love that.
say? This is, you guys didn't know that in Texas, I forgot the name of the city, but it's right, a border city. It's the most populated Latino city in all of America. It's 97% Latinos in this one city on the border. It's a border town in Texas. It's 97% Latinos in that town, and they voted for Trump. Eh? They voted
Even
for
Bakersfield.
Trump.
Bakersfield,
Yeah.
67% Latino, and they
Imagine
voted for
that.
Trump.
And it's full. Imagine a city, 97% Latinos, and it's at the border even, and they voted for Trump right there. Right?
So I want to say this, back to this again real quick. So the majority of my union brothers that I work with on the job site, I'll be honest with you guys, I say like 70% of them are fucking Trump supporters, bro.
Yep.
And then you got a couple fucking, 30% that are, you know what I mean, which I fell in that bracket at one point. And that's why I had to push so back hard on the ones, because I just felt like, I don't know, I felt like you guys felt, you know what I mean? I didn't educate myself enough, and just, I was emotional, you know what I mean, in regards to like the racist stuff and that, and the other, bro, you know what I mean? Because at first it did come across that if you voted for Trump, then you were basically joining the KKK. At least that's how it was said in the hood, you know what I mean? And so if you just tapped in with the hood outlets, then is all you could, what you know is what you know, dog. You know what I mean? But until you expand your mind and start having conversations, and even if you don't want to hear the dude, a lot of times I didn't want to hear these dudes, but hello, Lucky, you got a podcast. You got to listen in order to respond back. And so I listened to enough that they have corrupted my mind. Somebody get me out of here, dog. Pick me up in the front right now, dog. These guys are trying to kidnap me.
But Lucky, you're 100% right, because there's times that me and Jesse would say, you know what? Let's hear this out, because we could be doing something wrong too. We've even said it, and I know Trump's not going to do it. I know he's not going to do it, but we've had talks. If there's ever a time where we feel like when it comes to immigration and all of a sudden people are being ripped out and all this other stuff, best believe, bro, we're going to be the first ones to come out and be like, and call the Trump campaign or do what we got to do to be like, this isn't right. We know it's not going to happen, but we're always the type of people that are prepared for stuff like that. Like Jesse says, we're Biblicans. We're realists. I know he's not going to do it, because he's actually, I truly feel nobody would sit, a true racist, we met people like that, would never have somebody sit next to him on the biggest stage and have Jesse right there. They wouldn't do that. But we will be the first ones to call it out when we say, hey, look, that's not, because we did. I'm going to tell you what, a lot of Trump, we were kind of kicked out a little bit of the whole little Trump movement for about a couple years. Jesse knows, he's nodding his head, it's 100%. But why? Because we pushed back. We said, we don't like that. We don't like this. And then all of a sudden they're like, no, we need you guys to be involved. And we said, well, we want this. And they said, okay, well, we'll agree to this and we'll agree to that. So they do hear it out. So we'll be the first ones to push that back.
That's dope right there. And I want to say this too, and one more time on my behalf, bro. On my behalf, bro, because I like to paint myself as being just an even person, that I'm willing to hear both sides and be able to come up with a logical thought, right? You know what I mean? A month before the vote, it was really hitting me through my head, dog. You know what I mean? I was thinking, well, maybe I just won't vote. You know what I mean? Because that's how I was. That's where I was at, bro. I was just at a point where I'm not going to vote. But I really dug down deep, like spiritually, just everything, dude. Like listen to shit on my own. And when I made the decision within the week to vote for Trump, which was the decision within the week, right? To finally vote for Trump, even though I felt like spiritually, like honestly from my heart that I was leaning on that side, you know? And so when I made the vote, I feel like I knew 100% that I was making a sound decision, and I felt in my heart that I was making the right decision, you know? And so I went with my gut, bro, to be honest, you know?
That's all that matters, bro.
I went with how I really felt. And if I couldn't feel that in my gut, then I would have not voted, bro.
Right.
Which it still would have not made a difference, right? Because we're in California again. But I'm just saying, you know? And I put it out there, bro.
Bro, shout out to Chingo Bling, and there's a lot that came out. He was one of the first too. And then, see, like me, it's all spiritual to me, because you know how my story, how I got shot, dying and all that.
Yeah.
I felt I was supposed to die that day a long time ago, but the Lord left me for a reason, I feel. And I feel that the Lord put it on my heart to help Trump, because I wasn't even all Republican. I still ain't. I ain't and all that, but the Lord put it on my heart to help Trump. So that's why 6 years ago, so it made it easier for like you and seeing other Latinos from the hood, homies, and then what, Trump, so it got open the ear, and we were breaking, because I just seen it, bro. I just seen that they were using race, bro. They were using race to manipulate. They do it to not just us, though, to the blacks. The blacks, they use the slavery and all that to the past and all. They do that to manipulate the blacks, but they were doing it with us too. They were saying he hates you guys and he wants to deport you all and all that nonsense. Because I said that's what they do, bro. I'm telling you, they hold it like a carrot. Race, everything is race, racism. Focus on this. Focus on race and all this. Don't focus on that you're paying all these taxes. We're taking parents' rights away, grooming your children, all this and that. Don't focus on none of that. Focus on race. Trump's like you're a sellout to your race and all this stupid stuff, eh? And like you said, you just started doing your research, opening your listening, doing your homework, and that led you to make your decision.
And let's be honest, Jesse, I've had, in private, me and Jesse had some conversations, I'll say beginning of the year, and I started talking to Jesse and telling him in private on phone a couple times, like, hey, bro, you know what, I'm kind of starting to feel like, you know what you might be talking about is like some real shit, you know? And because I tell him that because I've pushed back on him. You know, when he's up, hey, just be honest, not Trump's your daddy, fool. You know what I mean? Like, I give this dude shit, right? And A-Rod. I give him shit, bro. You know? And they take it like a man, right? You know what I mean? Like, they ain't, you know, they still respect me and they still been fucking with me, even though they knew that I was on the fence or if not on the fence, on the other side. You know what I mean? Right. They still fuck with me, bro. You know what I mean? But anyways, so you know that I have been gradually, I would say, gradually educating and growing as a human being and as a father, as a provider, as a hardworking person, taxpayer, you know?
Amen.
You know,
that's what you're supposed to be, bro. That's what they say, that everybody, when they're young, they're Democrats, but then as they get older, they turn to the other side because they start paying their bills.
Start paying their bills.
Their mom's
Hey, real quick,
you know what I mean? They start having families.
Right here, rest in peace, King Face. I remember Jesse Face.
Oh yeah.
Okay,
King
there was
Face
a dude
was the
named
homie.
King.
You would have liked him.
You would have liked him. He was from New York.
He was a black blood.
He was a black blood, and I remember he used to get on lives, bro. He used to inspire us all tatted out. He used to be in the barber shops, and one time Jesse talked to him about the Lord on a live before he passed away. Passed away a while back, but he was probably the biggest black Trump supporter there was, and he was from the hood. Shout out to King Face, bro. That guy was huge, big time.
Yeah, shout out to that dude, and R.I.P. to him too, huh?
Yeah, he passed away.
Yeah, wow, that's crazy. So let's talk about your. I want to go into this, and I got some other things I want to get into too as well. I feel like we're just getting started. White House, bro. How did that happen that you ended up in that iconic picture of you're praying with Donald Trump, bro?
Yeah, so like we just been pushing hard for 6 years, Lexit, and then just blowing up big and all that. So Lahun, who helped me a long time ago, if anybody knows about politics, she's a congresswoman in Florida. She just won re-election. Ana Paulina Luna. She's a Chicana from LA, but now she won in. But anyways, she helped Lexit at the beginning when I was first starting out. My homegirl Anna, she's a good sister of mine. So she helped me and Lexit at the beginning, and she helped plug me in with the big dogs and things like that. And then so I started getting invited to the White House, and then I started speaking like at Turning Point.
Hold on real quick. What consists of getting invited to the White House? I mean, does it come in a special envelope with a golden seal on it? I mean, are all expenses paid, bro? How does that invite come? Do you gotta still fund your shit?
Yeah, I still got some on my phone. I'll show you when I get off. But I'll get emails. I'll get an email, and it'll have like that, like it all nice, and it'll say.
Is it like the Willy Wonka golden ticket that you get?
Kind of looks
I mean?
like that. It says the White House.
Definitely got to do a
first time I
background
had
check,
it, the first time, bro, I was like started crying when I first got it. The first time I ever went to the White House, when I got the invite, I was like,
He said Willy
wow,
Wonka.
imagine
He said Willy
me,
Wonka.
ex-YA boy. I did ears and YA, pin, all that. To be at the White House, I was like in shock. But it was a trip because all the times I was over there 6 times, like the Secret Service fools, they'll see me, little Latino Chicano in a wheelchair, going to the line, they'll be like, hey, what's up? You here again? Like they'll trip out that I'm at the White House again. They'll be like, damn, you're here again? You were just here, eh? And they'll remember me. They're like, what's up? Hey, yeah, back here again.
Now, hold on real quick. Lucky's a Trumper now. You know what, dog? Until he fucks up, right? Until he fucks up. That's the way it goes, right?
Right.
Until he fucks up. Economy fucked up, shit going crazy.
Oh yeah,
no,
call
homie,
him out.
No, we ain't. Nah, we're voting for the next person. That's how politics go, bro.
Exactly.
It's treacherous.
100%.
But
Go
nobody's
ahead, bro.
above criticism, bro. So you could come if whatever Trump don't like, you can criticize it. Nobody's above criticism. Nobody's perfect or whatever. Call if he does something wrong, call it out. Doesn't mean that you're gonna stop. Just say hey, on that subject he's wrong or whatever, right? But
I apologize for cutting you off, but I seen that and I wanted to say that. Yeah.
No, but so I was like that going in there, and so I was meeting some of the big people, and then like I told you, that's when I met the ones that were running Trump's White House, the White House right there.
Yeah.
And it was all Latinas, eh? It was a bunch of Latinas, Christian
Well, you know,
sisters.
he likes pretty girls, bro.
Yeah.
I mean,
he does.
Yeah, it was. But they were Latinas, so that's why I tripped out. Like,
You could
dang,
see your whole
it's all
back
full of
sometimes with these
Latinas
girls.
in here. And then the main one that was running everything was from East LA, a Chicana from
Yeah.
East LA. Trump had running his whole, and
Yeah.
she was the homegirl.
she used to work at Nicolas down the street right here. She used to work at Nicolas down the street right here.
Maybe, well, I don't know. Where she used to live by, close by. No, she did live right here.
Yeah.
But she was the homegirl. So then she started, she would get me in and all that. And then through her, I got a lot of my connections. And then we just been doing like, they know, like people that been around and that know, Lexit has been busting a lick. Like there's a couple of other Latino conservative organizations, but they don't do nothing. They never grow. No one likes them. They're like a bunch of squares. That's her. That's the homegirl. She's from East LA. I mean, she's from LA. But anyways, she helped me. She helped me to do everything. And what was I saying right now?
In regards to
Nobody busted a lick.
Going to
Oh yeah, they know that we were been putting it down. They know that Lexit's been doing a lot of work and all like that. So then they had told us, hey, that Trump's gonna do a roundtable with like Latino leaders and all that. And they said we picked you to be at the table with us. I was like, whoa. Finally, because we've been saying that for years. Like,
Bro, we've been having meetings
we've
saying
been
that Trump needs to have a roundtable meeting with Latinos.
and we've been telling him,
years in the
he
making.
needs to have us right there, whatever, and all that. But there's a lot of, you know how politics is, a lot of jealousy, and other people, like, they want to be at the table. You know what I mean? They don't want you to be at the table. So if there's other people behind the mix, they want to be at the table and all that. So a lot of stuff like that, jealousy and stuff like that, would hinder us a lot. So we were always like, how come we ain't ever right there? That's why when so then finally we got the call, and they were like, hey, Jesse, we want you at the question. You're going to be sitting at a table with Trump, and you're going to be asking him questions. So I was like, all right. I was asking, what should I ask him? Hey, what should I ask him? And then we went over there to Miami for it, and the hurricane. Remember how there was a hurricane? So we were right when we landed, everything and all that, and there was a hurricane, and we were at Trump Doral, man. It's so beautiful.
Bruh.
Trump Doral in Miami, man, bro. That's how you know Trump got spanked. If you see Trump Doral, bro, that's not even Mar-a-Lago.
He got spanked.
Trump Doral, it's so beautiful. And so we were right there at Trump Doral, and then they're like, hey, sorry, the event got canceled because of the hurricane. But they're like, you know what? There's a Jewish event. It was for the memorial for all the
Yeah, the
Jews that got
anniversary
killed and all
for
that. They're
October
like,
7th.
it's all the Jews and all that, but we'll let you guys in since you guys. So we're like, all right, you know what I mean, we're down with Israel. Lexit, we're down with Israel. So then we went in there and it was cool. Trump was there, so we went in there and there was Israel memorial. So we were kind of sad, and I didn't really think. They were like, we're gonna have it again. We're gonna postpone it, but the way politics and then Trump's busy and all that. So I didn't think, nah, it's not gonna happen. But blessing from God and got the call, bro. And then I was up there, but see,
What did that day consist of, bro? Leading up to you in that picture.
I was just there. It was good because I was with my homeboy Jojo from Puente.
Okay.
Jojo was with me, so it was cool. My homeboy Jojo, and then another dude from Lexit. He used to be from Winter Gardens. Oscar, he was there, so it was good for them too to be right there with all the big dogs. But then I was there with all, like Eduardo, the one he was just running for president of Mexico, the actor dude. He's big time. He was there, and the owner of Goya, Goya Foods. He's the homie right there. He's a good dude, real good man. The owner of Goya, and bunch of big owner like gas station like. Bunch of big owners. They took me to the side, like all of us that were gonna be on the panel. They took us to like a separate room, and so I was just back there with all the big dogs.
Okay, it wasn't the janitor's room or anything like that, right?
We were back there with all the big.
We'll come back for you. Shut the door.
Can you mind mopping a couple floors for us real quick?
Hey, real side note.
Mexican, right?
Hey,
You're Mexican, right?
Side note, real quick. Whenever I told my homies at work that I was gonna go, they were like, "When you walk up, Trump's gonna be like, no, that's okay. I don't want no hors d'oeuvres right now." He's like, no, I'm here for the round table, Trump. I'm like, I ain't gonna be no server, homeboy. But go back.
So it was cool. Yeah, we were just like that, and then it was just the devil, bro. As soon as I was coming out, because we were all right there, all the big dogs. We were in the back. Everybody else was filled up like a big old room. And then like as soon as I'm coming out, the owner of Goya's the homie, like I said, he was pushing me in my wheelchair because it was like a little hit little thing. So he was pushing me in the wheelchair, and we're going right there, the owner of Goya, and then some lady, some evil old demon, she's right there all hating on me. Why are you up there and not me? And I was just like, whoa.
She's from this area.
Get behind me, Satan. You know what I mean? Like,
if you saw her face, she'd be like,
lady.
ugh.
I'm like, what? Like, come on, now give me a break. But I was up there, I was all excited. The only thing is because we knew we only had an hour, right? And Trump babbles a lot sometimes, you know what I mean? He was talking a lot, and then the owner of Goya was like speaking before me, and he went long, man. He went long, so he took my time, bro. And I was like, next to time.
You're like, fool, you owe me a fucking lifetime supply of fucking
I
canned
know.
beans, motherfucker.
No, but he did feed me though, because if you watch like the video when they're like, oh, to pray with Trump, he was like in front of me, but he like I came up right there like that, and he's like, he moved, and he like, all right, come on, Jesse, come, and he made me get right there next to Trump. And then the mayor of Ralph right there was like right there too. So I tried to get you moving, she moved, and then bam. So then that's how I was right there, and then I put my hands on him. And I was
Put
praying.
your hands on him.
But Trump said I looked good, man. He said I looked good. I was like, yeah, all right.
You're like, dear Lord in heaven, please protect this orange man.
I know.
You know what I mean? They try to kill him.
Hope that he doesn't get
two
shot
times
again.
already.
Hey,
Two
but
times.
And the week before, when we went to the Jewish event, it was something else. I'm telling you, they made us feel like we were $1 million. They were like, after the Jewish event, they said, oh, we're having dinner downstairs. So we already had to go through like 10 Secret Service things because, he just got shot. So you don't go nowhere near Trump without going through
Secret Service?
Like 10 times.
How is Secret Service?
Okay, so this is what happened. We drove into the Trump route. Imagine going to a golf course, right? Boom, you come to the first set of Secret Service. First, that dogs, guns, all that. Now your names got it. Okay, we already had sent our names to be put through Secret Service already for background checks. So when you get there, they say, okay, what's your name? You give them your names, and then they say, okay, your name's on the list. Your name, okay. Go past that. You get into the next line. Before you can get into the actual building where Trump's going to be at, they have the metal detectors and the dogs. And then they do the metal detectors, and then they do the wand with the dogs around you. That's the second, the final one. And then when Trump's there actually speaking, now, like when he came out to the event, you see Secret Service come out first, so you know Trump's coming out, right? Because then Secret Service comes out. And then they stand behind you. But what I was gonna say about that event, Jess was like, "Hey, bro, they said we could have dinner downstairs with some important people." We go downstairs, the room's full of Trump's advisors, the mayor of San Clemente, a bunch of Goya's assistants. I'm sitting there and I'm looking at Jesse. I'm like, "Bro, what are we doing here?" Like in my mind, I'm
All
like,
millionaires,
bro, I got a gun on a jackhammer on Tuesday. Like, you know what I mean? But in my mind, I thought, and I'm gonna tell Jesse this, and I'm gonna say this to everybody that's out there. I remember a while back when we were off the Trump train, Jesse said, I think God wants me to come back and help Trump. And me and Jess were arguing for about a good 20 minutes.
What was the argument about?
The argument was about, some of the stuff Trump says and some of the stuff sometimes is hard for me to sell. It's a hard sell. And I'm a church guy first. So some of the stuff when it comes to rainbow community, when it comes to abortion, I wanted to be a strict stance. I get it can't be that way. That's just me being a stubborn man, right? So Jess turned around and goes, look, bro, I'm going to tell you something. I feel like God is telling me that I need to at least get him across that finish line. And I said, Jess, are you 100% sure? He goes, normally, if I say something, Jess is like, all right, cool, hey, Rob, we'll do that. But this time he was like, nah, bro, I'm going to keep on pushing back. And I said, okay, Jess, what do you want to do? And he said, we're going to start supporting Trump because I feel like in this right, just dig in and look around and let's just start praying about it. And sure enough, after seeing where we were at and after seeing Jesse next to him, I thought back to what he told me that one day, and I thought to myself, God gave him that vision and that feeling and that pathway in his heart, and God literally moved everybody, every hater, no matter how much money they had, and God put him there because God put that in his heart months before. And I literally sat there and was like, I didn't see that vision because it wasn't for me. It was for Jess to lead the group. And I thought to myself, at time it checked me, and I said, you know what, sometimes this is bigger than me. This is about families. So when you see the majority of the country vote, I knew right then and there that Jess was put in that position and God put him in that position.
There you go, there. And what was the Latino vote?
It was big. It was
because there were a lot of people that, once again, back to the clip you sent me with the newscast talking shit. The Latino vote was huge in this election. Was it the first time the Latino vote was that big?
Yeah, it was the biggest ever.
Historical. The Latino vote, bro.
They won it.
So if you're gonna talk shit to us, talk shit to every motherfucker you see on the street.
We're the majority. We're the majority now.
And even homeboy from the Breakfast Club always talking shit. Charlemagne. I love Charlemagne. I love the whole thing. You know what I mean? And he's a Kamala Harris dude, right? But I still love the dude, right? But he goes, man, we interviewed so many people and they fucking pulled the rug over our eyes. He didn't say this. This is not per word, right? I'm not quoting, but he basically said that a lot of people that said they're going to vote for Kamala Harris went in the poll and did the opposite.
Thank you.
They did the opposite. People just to be popular, bro, or just to be cool within the urban communities, maybe, right? You know what I mean? Because this is what we doing in some communities. They said, yeah, I'm gonna vote for Kamala.
You even know
just to be politically correct in that realm because they didn't want to fuck up their business, bro. It's a business, bro.
Right.
Hey, Lucky, but that was a G move. When he even got shot at, he jumped up, fight. You know, you've been shot at before. You know what I mean? That was a straight G. Yeah, that was a straight G. But that let me know that the Lord did that to just a split second, because when I was young, my enemies were shooting on my pad one time, and the fool had the gun right on my head like that, and he was aiming, and he was trying to shoot me, and the gun jammed, But I feel the Lord did that. The Lord did that because the Lord had plans for my life and all that. The Lord did that, and that's how I felt once I seen what that happened with Trump. That's when I knew. When I was like, there's no way the Lord saved him. There's no way that he could have moved his head just in the time that fast to make the bullet miss and all that. That's how I knew. That's what made me even sure in my stance. I was like, because the Lord saved him for a reason. The Lord, just like he did for me when that guy had the gun trying to shoot me in the head, and his gun jammed, the same way.
For some reason, he chose to save you, and he doesn't choose to save a lot of people, which sometimes disconnects us from God. You know what I mean? Right. You know, and then some families have that thing within them, and maybe an argument within their family or whatever like that. But God saves certain people for whatever reason. Maybe in this case, we know why with Jesse. In the White House, doing your thing, praying with Trump.
Save the nation, bro.
You're pushing an unpopular thing within the hoods, right? Hoods. Even though the hoods now, the hoods are gangbanging that shit now, bro. I know a gang of homies, bro. The gang of homies.
Mostly all my own
and before that, I'd be like, all right, cool, dog. I respect you, dog. And they'd be on my bumper. Hey, look, fucking this and that. You gotta wake up, dog. This and that. And I'm like, all right, whatever, bro. I feel like I'm up right now. I mean, I'm hearing this. I'm talking back. You know what I mean? I feel like I'm up. But it is what it is. And I want to say this again. I still stand in the middle, and I still believe different things on this side. But this time, I couldn't vote for the fucking Kamala because I feel like Trump's gonna go in and take care of some business.
Hey,
business.
He ain't even in there, bro. He's already taking care of business.
Look at this comment right here.
What happened to that? Look at that.
Firework went off on you guys.
Firework went off on that?
Nice.
Oh, that was crazy. That's
You
bad.
just gave a fire speech too, so that's what it was about.
They just fucking. That's YouTube for you, baby.
That's crazy.
I seen
ahead, keep on talking, guys.
I seen a comment right here says, tell this vato that he ain't cholo. He knows he ain't talking like that when he comes around Daddy Trump. Bro, that's one thing I pride.
Oh,
Jesse's
man,
like,
they don't know.
hey, Jesse. I remember Jesse giving his testimony right there when it was the mayor of San Clemente. Jesse's all, so trip out on this, eh? And they're just staring at Jesse, and I'm thinking to myself, Jesse's never changed.
Ever.
But that's why people. That's why this message is resonating. I want to go back to Lexit in the beginning. A lot of people think we're just on social media. You know how many Christmas drives we had, toy drives we had? You know how many back to school giveaways? You know how many times we went and we gave stuff to the homeless?
Christmas presents.
You guys don't understand. When we had those backpack giveaways and those toy drives in South Central, we talked to the families and we told them who we were. We're Lexit. We're Latinos that have exited the Democratic Party. What's that? We're just educating people on policies, and this is what Trump represents, but we want to be able to pray for you in the church. We did so many of those throughout the years, and we felt like grassroots organization, and it actually spread out. And I felt like it resonated. We have groups all over. We had chapters all over the United States, and they were doing that everywhere. In San Diego, they were doing that in LA, in Bakersfield, up north, in Northern California. So we're not just on social media. We're actually out there, not only praying for people, I remember one time we went to a bunch of different homes for Thanksgiving, giving people that didn't have enough, and we were in front of their houses praying for them. And they were just looking at us like, why would a political organization do that? It's why? Because we're led by God. We're led by God. We ain't led by any of our political views. We're not saying, oh, we're going for Trump and that's all we are. We're doing it because guess what? You could call people saying, oh, he's a pedo, he's this and that. But I'm gonna tell you what affects you? Not him. I guarantee if you turn off the TV right now, you know what will affect you? What's going on in your daughter's school. You know what will affect you? What you're paying for that you may not agree with. You know what will affect you? Your groceries, your gas. A bunch of those things affect you, not the TV. If you turn it off, he won't affect you. But see, you ain't smart enough to realize that. Why? Because you can't get out of your own skin color. You're just brainwashed to believe that.
Tell them about that, what you said about they're the only race they can't.
Yeah, think about this, bro. In all other countries, United States is the only place that you have to side with your own skin color. Think about that. We could literally have a political argument in Mexico right now, and they won't look at it and be like, oh, you're voting for her and I'm voting for him because you're darker than me. It won't ever go there. It's just America, because here in America, we're taught, regardless, to side with people that look like you. For what? We don't side with each other in Mexico. They don't side with each other in Europe. They don't side with each other in Africa. They're killing each other off. But why here? Because that was an old mentality. That's a democratic mentality. And they do that because that's the only way they could keep you separated from actually getting along with people. Because we get along. If it was outside of politics, we'd kick it, we'd have a beer, we'd chill, whatever you want. But this, all of a sudden you hate me. Why? Why? Because I don't want my dog tampons in my little boy's restrooms? You hate me for that? Like, come on, man.
No, but he said that's one thing. Everybody who knows me, I always act exact the same wherever I'm at. I'm telling you, I've been in the White House, bro. People going up to me, hey, I'm from the barrio too, or my cousin was from a gang. They always try to relate to me. They always want to do it, even in the White House. Bro, I've been at the headquarters of the RNC. Yeah, I've been at the headquarters of the RNC, bro.
I got the VHS, homie.
Yeah, they always want to be like, and I'm always the same. Like when I first started and I first came out, they were telling me that. They were like, no, you have to be perfect with the statistics and facts and all suit and tie and all that. So I tried to, and I was like, what? And I couldn't. And I was like, you know what? That ain't me. Yeah, I just got to talk from the heart. So then I even tell my team, you just talk from the heart. People like that when you talk to the heart. You're just genuine. You be you. And I'm always the same. That's why this fool's just hating. Yeah, that's all he got. Out of everything we're saying, instead of picking up what we're saying, he says that stupid old comment like that. Like, oh, Jesse probably don't tell me. Like, stupid. You see, you don't even know what you're talking about, because anybody who knows me, I'm always the same no matter who.
Why do they call them tampon walls?
Because
Tim, because he did an executive order. The last time we were here, we talked about that. He did an executive order for trans.
I didn't know who he was until now,
Okay,
bro.
so what he did was he did an executive order. It's what's it called?
Executive.
No,
like
gender
government.
affirming care, where they're able. What he did was executive order to pander to the transgenders. He put tampons in the little boys' restrooms, stuff like that.
All
right?
public schools.
All public schools. So that was an executive order. And here Kamala did the same thing here in California. That's why they started. That's why Trump coined it Tampon Tim.
Okay, let's do this right here. We're right here, guys. Check it out. My front camera went out, so I'm gonna pay bills, and then I'm gonna start another feed right now where it's gonna be straight up live phone calls from the start. You guys want to call in? You guys want to talk shit?
Call in.
You guys
Put
ready
the
for
number
this
in.
shit?
Yeah.
Bring
No,
it.
hold on. I'm gonna start another live right now because I'm gonna fix my front camera, dog. But let me pay these bills. If you guys got to use the restroom, please go ahead and do so right now. Breaking news. The Fed has just lowered rates. If you own a home, now is the time to revisit the financing. If you want to buy, revisit the approval process. Many of our listeners mistakenly believe the only way to buy a home was to have perfect credit, a large down payment, and to proceed to get into a bidding war on your favorite home. This isn't the case right here. The team at Prime Equity Mortgage has access to off-market inventory and access to 50 plus banks, plus their own bank. They've helped thousands of people in our community get their home and even help investors find ugly homes to flip. This is how home flippers buy their homes. Call Andrew. This dude helped me get my house. And his personal phone number, his cell phone number is 626-825-65. Looking for some good quality cannabis? I mean, killer quality cannabis. Hit up the folks at Killa Kush. They specialize in bringing you the best quality available from OG to exotic. They got it all, baby. And if you'd like to find a location, please go to Instagram, follow them at Killa Kush __420. Hit the DM. They're going to tell you where to go, baby. Criminal defense lawyer. We got the best criminal defense lawyer in the city of Los Angeles. Don't play with it. He used to work in the federal prosecutor's office, and he used to be a district attorney for the city of Los Angeles. His name is Doug Sherrod. And if you would like to reach out to him, he'll give you free consultation if you say Hoodstock sent you. And to reach him is KingKongLawyer.com. KingKongLawyer.com. We are also sponsored by Bob. Today's episode is brought to you by Street Polish, a brand that has taken over streetwear the next level. They mix raw street vibes with a clean, fresh look. So whether you're grinding or hanging out, Street Polish has you looking sharp. Check out their new gear and be a part of a crew where style really matters. Big shout out to Street Polish for sponsoring this episode. Yeah, and you can support them by going to streetpolish.store or follow them on Instagram at @street_polish. We're also sponsored by La Conecta, baby. Shout out to my boy Danny, San Antonio, Texas. Stand the fuck up, baby. Shop LaConecta.com. Shop LaConecta.com. Use Hoodstocks, get 20% off, and follow them on Instagram at La Conecta brand. Hey, peep game, if you have an annuity or structured settlement, hit up your girl Veronica from Catalina Structured Funding. She can get you money when you need it most. Catalina Structured Funding is attorney owned and operated, so hit up your girl at 818-319-1581. You need business stickers. All of the Hoodstock stickers are from this guy right here, and his name is Graphic Joe. You can just tap in on his DM. Go to Instagram at GraphicJoe_Bop. Tap in with them. And let me see that hat right there, Jess, please. If you would like to support Hoodstocks, and when you wear this Hoodstocks gear, it's not saying you're Republican or Democrat. It's just saying you from the streets and you support what the fuck we doing right here, and it's entrepreneurship, it's change, bro. It's just leveling the fuck up and being the greatest person that you can be, especially after a long time of doing time or maybe fucking up. You know, this is the Underdog podcast. This is the Underdog clothing brand, but the underdogs got the big dogs wearing this shit, all right? Anyways, I'm doing this on the fly. First time, trying to make it my own fucking www.50racks.com, www.50racks.com. Place your order right now. And we will be back with Lexit. I'm going to start a new stream, and it's going to be phone calls from the rip, baby. We're gone. But we'll be back.